Denver-based brand of hoverboards and electric rideables on a mission to boost imaginations and the possibilities for personal transportation. Don, how you doing?
Great, Ted. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Don, we also have Rich Valdez in the studio, so we're going to go back and forth. But I want to thank you for coming on the show this evening and taking out a few minutes of your time to talk about your product.
Hey, Don, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely. It's great to be here.
So, tell us about your product.
Well, as you mentioned in that wonderful introduction, we are a new Denver-based brand, hoverboards and electric rideables. So our first products to market are actually the Hoverfly and Hoverfly Plus hoverboards. They're kind of our signature boards. And we've got some other really cool stuff on the way before the holidays, including an XL hoverboard, off-road capable hoverboard with larger all-terrain tires. And we've got the Eco, which is a hoverboard that has all the same features of the Hoverfly at a price that's really, accessible, makes the technology accessible to just about any family. And we've got some other really cool stuff in the works too. We've got some electric ATVs and scooters and a few other things that are a little bit more innovative and different that I can't quite mention just yet.
Okay.
Fair enough, fair enough. So the big question, I'm not sure if you heard some of the conversation that Ted and I were having before you joined us on air, but the big question for me would be, what makes your Hoverfly hoverboards different from the hoverboards that we saw, say, 2 years ago, a year ago?
That's a great question, Ted. And, with our first product to market, we really wanted to just introduce a good quality product. So some of the specs are going to vary a little bit from some of the other things that are out there. And I think, there's been some safety concerns with some of the cheaper, unregulated products that's flooded the market.
Correct.
But really, our brand is all about, introducing a quality product. We're based right here in beautiful Denver, Colorado. We've got a great team, including customer service, that will pick up the phone and be very accessible when you call. And I think more than anything, it's that sets us apart from some of what's out there. And as you may have seen in some of the material that we've exchanged, we've also got a huge focus on science and learning and sort of an educational component to the brand.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
So we wanted to go into the movie-inspired DIY Halloween costumes made better with GoTrax. So it's the one thing I can see is the hoverboards, that have been out there that, most folks are used to. Yes, they're catered towards some of the younger folks, but nothing that's customized, let's say, with Marvel or Disney or some, one of your favorite characters. How hard was it, getting something like that licensed or working with these other type of companies?
Well, we put out a great piece of Halloween content with some ideas on sort of last-minute DIY stuff that you can do pretty easily from things you might have around the house and kind of, pair that with a hoverboard to take it to the next level, make it really cool and fun and creative. So, we kind of went with some movie-inspired costume ideas. I won't say that they were, officially licensed or we didn't work directly with the creators, but, we tried to, be inspired by some characters that are very well recognized and loved among, kids and parents alike.
Sounds good. So tell me this much. If I want to purchase a hoverboard by GoTrax, am I able to go to, let's say, a Walmart or a Target or an Amazon? How would I go about purchasing it?
Well, you can get them directly at GoTrax, GoTrax.com. You can also get them on Amazon. If you're an Amazon shopper, we've got a storefront there. And we're also on Walmart.com. So not in the stores at this time, but we are available on their website. And we're going to be available in Dunham's Sporting Goods very soon as well.
Is the major push to get your products inside the stores for the Christmas season, or it's kind of like, hey, it's an e-tail way of just getting our products out there? It's just What's your thought process on that?
Well, obviously, with our products, the holidays coming up. This is a huge time for us, and we're a relatively new brand, and kind of in keeping with the digital world in which we live in increasingly and shop in more than ever before. We're making a pretty hard push, I would say, with the e-sales.
Okay.
I got a question. I'm looking over, looking over the catalog of some of the devices. I see there's the Hoverfly model, there's the Hoverfly Plus model, and I see you mentioned that you do support iOS and Android apps. What are the features that the apps add to the device?
So the Hoverfly Plus and the XL are compatible, like you mentioned, with iOS and Android apps, and they do some really cool stuff. They allow you to sort of track your ride and see how far you've gone, monitor battery life.
Okay.
You can actually pair it with a Bluetooth speaker on those two models. You can actually listen to music from your phone while you hover.
Okay.
And for the more advanced riders, they actually unlock a pro mode that is not otherwise available except for through the app, that raises the top speed and also kind of bumps up the sensitivity so they're more responsive.
Okay.
And we also have, all the boards have sort of a training mode that makes them a little bit less responsive and easy to learn on for the first timers.
Good. All right.
I was going to say this, Miss Dawn. I always wanted to wonder. I always wondered, so if I charge up a hoverboard and, I'm outside having a great time with it, the next thing the battery runs up. It's a great idea to be able to have, it connected with the mobile app so that you can see the amount of battery life. And I also kind of like the tracking of the overall mileage. Pretty slick idea.
Yeah, it's really cool and it's really fun. And the app does give you some more detailed information on how much battery life you have left and what your range is like. But all the boards do have a battery indicator light, so that if you are being adventurous and heading a little bit far from home, they'll still let you know that maybe it's time to turn around.
Okay.
So one of my final questions for you is, number one, if you do have kids, do you allow them, it's a combo question, if you do have kids, and if you allow them to participate in Halloween, what are they going dressed up as?
Well, unfortunately, Ted, I'm probably not going to be a very entertaining answer here because I don't have any kids just yet.
Okay. So are you planning on attending any Halloween parties yourself?
I actually was to one or two over the weekend, and I might get to some more during the week, yes.
And you were dressed up as?
I was actually Clark Kent. So
okay.
I had the shirt, side to the side, and the T-shirt underneath with the Superman logo, and glasses I picked up in the costume shop and gelled the hair a little bit and called it a day.
Nice.
Okay.
Pretty good. Well, Don, want to thank you for coming on. Best ways to find out about GoTrax is?
It's really at gotrax.com, GOTRAX.com. And from there you can find our social media channels, which are usually at Ride GoTrax. And that's something the parents might really want to check out as well, because I briefly mentioned earlier, but we're really big on promoting science and learning aside from the products, and down the road some of the products will incorporate that even more. But if you check out our blog and our social channels, we're sharing really fun educational science facts and some things that are timely and newsworthy. And we want to be more, I think, than the product and the toys, because they are really cool, fun tech toys and gadgets. But at the end of the day, it's the technology that makes these possible.
That's true.
And somewhere out there is the next Elon Musk, the next Steve Jobs or Neil deGrasse Tyson. And those really are the kids that we want to connect with and inspire. And we want to be the brand that says it's okay to be a science geek and get excited about learning. We're already partnering with schools here in the Denver area, and we've got some programs in place to give back to science departments and some other really cool things. And just as a little teaser here on an end note, we've got some really cool stuff in the works that I can't quite spill the beans on just yet. But what I will say is I think that all the young astronauts out there are going to be really excited about some things that we have coming in the next few months.
Pretty nice. Well, as soon as the information is available for public consumption, we definitely want to have you come back, circle back, and spend a few minutes with us.
Absolutely, and I think you'll be excited about it too, Ted.
All right.
Awesome.
Don, thanks so much.
All right, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Same
Bye-bye.
here. Take care.
So Go Tracks.
Interesting. So, I guess the hoverboard industry is not dead.
No, it's not. Far from
Alive
it.
and well. So, and they do have UL certification, which is good. Safety is number one.
Yes, yes.
And they're obviously addressing that issue. So, this is good. Maybe we'll be seeing a few of these around, and
We shall